What if I told you that there's a type of group where people with common complexities or issues or concerns can come together and provide support for one another? And this is called peer support, or in some contexts, peer support groups. I want to highlight the immense role that professionals, mental health professionals, and addiction professionals have in providing treatment to folks who are struggling and navigating through different complex issues and concerns, whether it be addiction, trauma, or other mental health disorders. Therapists and other sort of mental health clinicians and providers have such an important role to play because they leverage their educational training and their background of doing like practicum placements or, these mental health training internships where they're directly working and gaining hands-on experience. So they have this unique role where they have the education and the background practice training that they're using to assist people in reaching their specific goals, whether it be related to mental health, addiction, trauma, or something else. Oftentimes, in their role as clinicians, as therapists, they aren't necessarily able to divulge some of the personal things that may have happened to them, even if it may align with something that the person that they're providing care to is saying. If the client, for example, is saying, I am struggling with dealing with the loss of my parent, for example, a mental health therapist may have had that same exact experience, but they may not necessarily share that because, again, it's about the client that they're providing services to and not necessarily about themselves. So they may not bring up those specific details. Now, there are some folks who may seek out peer support because there's that added bonus of, everyone in the room has gone through what I've gone through. And not only have they gone through it, they're there to share in their experiences as well and listen to me. And I find deep value in sharing some of the things that I've encountered with other people who had the same sort of experiences. And this is where peer support shines. If you're looking for folks who have gone through a similar experience and they themselves are also able to share these experiences and they're able to, help you navigate through what you're going through because they're telling you about, hey, this is what I did. This is what I used to overcome this specific obstacle that we're all facing. These are the strategies that I use. These are the techniques that I used. And there could be a myriad of different reasons for peer support groups. Almost any sort of behavior or emotionally challenging or mentally challenging aspect of our lives, there are largely peer support groups for it. It could be a peer support group that's focused on parenting. It could be a peer support group focusing on reentering society after military service. Peer support is largely run by and led by folks who have that shared experience, whatever that shared experience may be, or whatever that shared condition may be. And some folks feel more comfortable sharing with folks who have a common similar experience to them. This is not to say that therapists and clinicians should be seen as directly opposed on the opposite end of peer support. Instead, these are actually complementary services that folks can access to reach their specific mental health or substance use related goals. And I even think about myself working in the substance use disorder treatment setting. So working in an addiction setting where someone may enter with alcohol use disorder or alcohol addiction, and essentially they'll be receiving care from their therapist in this setting, but they'll also attend peer support groups such as Alcoholics Anonymous, otherwise called AA, or also SMART groups. And so these services are not necessarily opposed to one another. In fact, they can be quite complementary, both having therapists and utilizing the amazing aspect of peer support. So with that, I just want to say thank you, and I hope that someone out there has learned something today. Thank you.